can't find you just yet. I'm going to see if you are. Here we are. There we are. Sending request. Here, I see Dave. I'm so excited. You guys, this is the king of so many things. Mr. Dave Asprey, thank you for joining
You're
today.
welcome. We made it.
We made it. Thank you. I know I've rescheduled like 2 times. It's the Wild West, not just in Texas with my schedules.
It totally happens. I get it.
Yeah. How are you? Where are you?
I am up on Vancouver Island. So I am looking out at some pretty crazy that it, it's a
Uh,
it's a tough life, but someone's got to do it.
I guess so. So I'm
And I'm at
so
my labs here,
you look
biohacking.
in your lab. You're in your lab. So guys, Dave is actually 200 years old.
Yep.
And he's going to tell us the keys to his maybe favorite. First of all, you are coming to Austin, Texas. You are the headline, the keynote speaker at the Modern Nirvana conference. What can people look forward to you speaking about? Because a lot of these guys on here will be with us virtually, and then some of them will be with us in person. What can people look forward to hearing you talk about?
I want to share some of the things about anti-aging and about this idea of biohacking that says you change the environment around you so that you have control of your own biology. It's like you want to be able to show up in your life the way you want. You want to look the way you want. You want to feel the way you want. You want to have more energy than you know what to do with. So you're saying, oh, at the end of the day, I had leftovers. Instead of at the end of the day, I'm on fumes. I'll teach you how to do that. And
Yeah.
I did not have that when I weighed 300 pounds in my mid 20s. So if I could do it now, you can totally do it. And it so works.
Yeah, one thing that I talked about this on the last live, but like I have my coffee every morning and I put my Bulletproof MCT oil in it. And if you guys, reading this don't know about Bulletproof, it's Dave's the founder. It's an amazing company, and they sell a bunch of stuff, but my favorite is the MCT oil. And my nutritionist, who did not even know that I knew you, recommended that I start using it for my intermittent fasting, which has been helping me with my. Though I've always struggled with having a lot of energy, and I know a lot of my kids on here get really tired from school or stress or everything that's currently happening in the world. So, what is your favorite biohack? Mine is my MCT oil in the morning. It gets me through the days, the week. What is yours?
A working phone stand would be my favorite biohacker.
I have one. It's very good. I'll bring it for you.
Um, it's actually probably humor, right? If you can laugh at stupid stuff, whether
Yeah.
it's stupid, like drop your own phone, or just at stupid stuff in the world around you, like a headline that's clearly designed to make you lose your mind, and then you read it and you're like, actually, that was not real. That was just someone. And instead of getting angry or getting afraid, just to laugh, that's a massive anti-aging strategy. And I combine that with another one that comes straight from my neuroscience brain upgrade company, and it's actually gratitude. Literally, I keep a sheet of paper and I write down stuff throughout the day that I'm grateful for. Just dumb little things, except they're not dumb because that keeps your brain in a different state. And just learning to see all the good stuff around you is a skill that's different than all of the stuff we think is part of biohacking. So you are the lens of the world around you. And if you can just say, oh, well, that's awesome. I got to see a nice tree, that
Yeah.
tells the nervous system the world's a great place. And if instead you're saying, then it's not a great place. So I make my world a great place, which makes my biology relax and makes me younger.
Huh. So the king of biohacking says humor and gratitude.
There you go.
That that says a lot because uh I mean, just from studying you, reading all of your bestsellers, all of these amazing things, your podcasts, I mean, you do so many things and you've introduced so many of us to so many different gadgets, gizmos, and new ways of nutrition and all of that. What is your favorite gadget? Like,
All
tell me.
right. That is a really cool question. So part of biohacking is saying, I don't want to spend more time doing something that is necessary. So we all know that, ancient wisdom, let's just go meditate in a cave for 5 years. You'll probably get enlightened. But then I thought I had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and I, kind of had a life and a job, and that's not really going to happen. So then my favorite gadget, there's different price points, right? At the very high, we have this neuroscience, the 40 years of Zen program, where it's hundreds of thousands of dollars of custom made stuff that glues to your head and makes your brain do advanced stuff. But that is something that people look at, okay, long term, maybe I'll do that. But my favorite gadget on a day-to-day basis costs a couple $100, and it's the ring that I'm wearing. And it's called an Aura ring, Oura.
An Aura ring?
Yep. And this ring, if I can even get it off my finger right now, it has a bunch of sensors inside it. And it tracks your sleep, your exercise. In fact, it's the best sleep tracker you can get, but it doesn't.
It up to the camera so we can all see it.
Looks like a ring.
Yeah.
But it has a full charger. You take it off like every 5-6 days. And inside it, there's all kinds of sensors. So I don't really like the watches very much. I was CTO and co-founder of one of the watch companies that does sports tracking that you can kind of see inside it. There's little bits of technology. And this is invisible and it's painless and you barely notice you're wearing it. So when you do that, all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and it tells you how recovered are you? How well did you sleep? And if you want more energy, and that energy is there for you to be able to show up for whatever you want, whether it's to rebuild your tissues or just be nice to someone who's not being nice to you, right? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You sleep better, you have more energy. In fact,
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it in person. I can't wait to meet you in person. I feel like but I've never even seen you in person, so I'm so excited to see you at the conference. Is there I know that Deepak has mentioned that he's seen you, he's met you, he's talked to you before. You guys just did something not too long ago together. So what is the conversation between you and Deepak or Aaron Alexander? Like, do you talk about biohacking with everyone or spirituality? Is it like, oh, what did you have for lunch? Like, what are these conversations with you pioneers like?
Well, there's always what you do on camera, and you know this because you spend a lot of time on camera, and you have to like put on your game face and all. There you go, right? And podcasts are a little bit different because it's more of an intimate conversation that you would just have if it's well done. And you have, in my case, usually there's about 250,000 people listening in on the conversation, so it's like, okay, that's cool. But as you're doing it, you sort of get lost in just connecting, and then usually afterwards there's a conversation, or sometimes beforehand, and usually depending on where they are. So Deepak has written, I don't know, way more books than I have. I think he's probably like a 20 times New York Times bestseller. I've only done 4, right? So I'm like, what's it like? You're further along, you have more mileage than I do, so tell me something, right?
So you ask for advice or
Absolutely.
That's so funny because I would just that somebody like you wouldn't ask for advice. So I'm learning from you humor, gratitude, and you never stop learning.
Okay, you just hit on something so incredible. Okay, let's go back like 20 something years when the internet was created, like cloud computing. Even the internet browser didn't exist. Okay. There's 2 guys. There's Mark Andreessen, real famous entrepreneur, billionaire dude. Okay, and there's me, and there's a few others. Okay, I sold the first thing ever sold over the internet. Before e-commerce was called e-commerce, the very first thing. My fat picture is from Entrepreneur Magazine when I'm 23 years old. Literally, like this weird kid's like selling stuff over this int something or another. No one even knew what the internet was. Seriously. Okay, this is why people don't know I'm 100. But at the same time, if I drop the camera again, I swear.
I love you so much. I'm going to get
tag on this now. Okay, so back then, there's me, and then there's Mark Andreessen. Mark, he's creating the first web browser, and like I'm writing articles about it, and no one remembered it was the one that became Netscape. Unless you're like an old tech person, you wouldn't know. But what he did is he went to Silicon Valley, and he went to someone with 20 years more experience and said, "Can you teach me?" And they said, "Oh my God, I would love to teach you. I would like you to not make all the mistakes I made." And what did I do? I'm like, I'm smart. I can do it all myself. I'm not going to take advice from anyone. And the difference between Mark Andreessen and me is that he's probably got like $3 billion and I don't. because he took advice early on, and it took me until my early 30s to figure out that people actually wanted to help me. Doesn't mean you have to take all advice, but that one thing. So I've gone, 250 million downloads on Bulletproof Radio. 10 years now of asking Nobel Prize winners and all to teach me the best that they know so that I could improve faster, just to catch up for all the advice I didn't take when I was young.
Wow.
That's why I do what I do. So take the advice, always ask for advice. And like with Aaron, when Aaron hadn't written his book, he was just getting going. He's like, Dave, let me let me do some body work on you. And he did, right? And I was like, this is really cool. This guy knows his functional movement in a really cool way. And so we had a conversation. He's like, let me show you why your scapula is wrong. And then what he said to Dave, how did you do Bulletproof? How did you write the book?
Yeah.
Do it. So I'm always sharing with people who are further, or who are not as far along the curve of creating positive influence in the world, because it's fun. And same thing, when a new actress comes to you, you would totally talk with her, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
You pay forward.
week there's a lot of them are here, so you guys say hi if you've been on a Zoom with me recently, or period. We've been doing them. We do them every week for over a year, and we just talk and connect, and I get so much advice from them, and they ask me for advice, and we're constantly learning. And I think what's so great about you making yourself available, first of all, thank you so much, because even though you're so relaxed and you're so calm and you're who you are, you're still making the time to come out and come to this conference and come inspire people and inspire, modern Nirvana. We're hopefully representing this generation of wellness explorers, whether it's biohacking or meditation, consciousness, and, different products and brands and wellness and humanitarianism and all of these things. We really want to be a great representation for people our age that are also interested in wellness and spirituality. And we don't want to wait until we're in our 60s to be like, maybe I should start trying to figure out what this life is and what it's about and how I can be of service to the world. Because so many of, at least I know my fans and the Modern Nirvana fans, and I'm sure your fans, are just really kind of itching to be of service to the world and to be really our best selves, because you can't be of service to the world until you really are operating in your highest power.
You, you nailed it. Okay, and you Rose. I hope that there's something in the comments. I can't tell if it's